From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the hourly news blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting the Family Research Council, an anti-LGBTQ plus hate group, is asking its followers for money and prayers amid President Donald Trump's illegal military strikes on Iran. Uh, the Family Research Council leader, Tony Perkins, asked his group's email subscribers to make a prayer pledge so that God may be merciful to Iranian Muslims and convert them into Christianity, quote, for spiritual strongholds to come down, end quote, and so that, quote, our leaders and military, end quote, may help effect change that alters the course of history. While we live here on earth, we engage in battle as citizens of heaven, taking on well-entrenched powers and principalities in the heavenly realms. Our leaders, military, and world need prayer right now that only the church can provide. Will we rise to meet this moment? Perkins' email asks. That's why I'm asking you to join me in signing FRC's prayer pledge for the Iran conflict, a commitment to stand in the gap for our nation, leaders, and military, for the people of Iran, and for the peace of the region, praying for spiritual strongholds to come down. The email says about the prayer pledge button. The button, of course, leads to the FRC donation page. So in other words, it's a big grift. Perkins' email also raises an Islamophobic trope by mentioning that a Muslim man committed a mass shooting at an Austin, Texas bar this last weekend in what Perkins calls the tip of the iceberg of what could happen on our own soil in the coming weeks as this conflict continues. While it may not be surprising for the Family Research Council to try and raise money off of current events, as they've done in the past, Perkins' email demonstrates how right-wing religious conservatives are using Trump's nimble-headed war, which he began without the constitutionally required congressional approval, as a religious battle of Christians against Muslims. So great, just lovely. We've got the Spanish Inquisition returning next week, except it'll be in Washington, and Spain won't be allowed to be there because there's some sort of embargo against them, according to Scott Besson, but that's a story for another time. Recently, the Military Religious Freedom Foundation said it received over 110 grievances and complaints from U.S. military personnel at dozens of Middle Eastern sites who have alleged that their military leaders have told them that the war is all part of God's divine plan. Bullshit. An unnamed non-commissioned officer, said their commander told attendees of a combat readiness status briefing President Trump has been anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth. Oh my God, more grift. He had a big grin on his face when he said all of this, which made his message seem even more crazy. Go figure, the NCO told the MRFF president and founder, Mikey Weinstein, told independent journalist Jonathan Larson that all the complaints received by the MRFF on this issue have mentioned the unrestricted euphoria of their commanders and command chains as to how this new biblically sanctioned war is clearly the undeniable sign of the expeditious approach of the fundamentalist Christian end times as vividly described in the New Testament book of Revelation. Unless, of course, it is simply the dementia-riddled moron in the White House that is causing all of this simply because he decided to follow a genocidal maniac from Israel named Bibi Netanyahu. Could be. Duh. We'll have more on this story this evening. PEP Radio News is available on the PEP Radio YouTube channel. If you are watching the video version, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel to keep informed. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Oh, and Apple TV. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.